Let's get to work.
Hi, welcome to Backstage Berry. It's been a long time, kids, because, you know, I've been a crack whore.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry. We have a very special guest this evening, and we just finished up seeing her show, American Woman, at the Laurie Beechman Theatre. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and all of those who have yet to make up their mind.
Right.
Miz Cracker.
Hello, I'm doing great today. I'm sweating, I am glossy.
You look very matte right now.
I was like, there's like all sorts of weird stains on my butt, and I realized it was my hair sweat dropping on my butt.
Occupational hazard, hair sweat.
Yeah, girl.
You know, right? Popping nails, hair sweat, and visible lace. We just can't do any of those things.
No.
This show was so amazing. The number one reason why was it was so poignant.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen actually a poignant drag show, because I mean we got everything that's Cracker. You delivered like dominoes, and then this wonderful
30 minutes or
message.
less. Yeah.
Serious, this wonderful message. This wonderful message though that like really resonated. You know, I mean, I think like all the gay men that were sitting in the audience, if you actually sit and look and you track around, it was like they were at a master class, because a lot of them were like sitting and listening like, oh, is this how I'm supposed to behave?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So it's like, is that one of the reasons why this was like your inspiration for this particular subject matter of this show?
Yeah, well, I mean, it really was very practically. I was touring in the UK, and I just leaned out and off of the stage, out of the lights a little bit, and looked in the audience, and it was 75% women. And I was like, I'm still kind of doing a show with a lot of anal jokes that's sort of like geared towards New York gays in Hell's Kitchen. And I was like, it's kind of time to do a show that is actually for the audience that's in the room. So I started listening to women comedians and started thinking about like what are numbers that would be great for a female audience. And I realized that there's all of these issues that I've sort of been ignoring or doing a bad job addressing. And I was like, okay, this is not just comedy night for women. This is also a time to talk about something that's important.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, you know, nowadays with like our America's youth, especially the gay youth, I feel like the only way we can get through to them now is through this form of performance, is drag.
Yeah.
Because they believe in us, you know? I mean, like, they will take sometimes what we say to heart. So it's like, that's why being under the microscope can be sort of difficult. But you, with this show, I mean, without giving away too much, because you're still running this show, obviously. This show is so unique because, like I said, it bridges a large gap without being, polarizing.
Right.
What in the interviews, what was like the most interesting thing that you had to cut?
Oh, I mean, I didn't cut anything. Okay. Let's see. There was just for time. What did I cut? I think I was able to put really the meat of everything in there. It's just I had to make sure that it was really condensed. And that's sort of what's the great thing about a drag show, is that it is built at a comedy pace. Mm-hmm. And comedy has to be brief. So that's why I love explaining important things in a drag show, because it is the best way to get something across clearly, because it's jokes. Each one has to be short. And I made each interview as short and like dense as possible. It's like this super supernova.
I want to watch an hour and a half of that though.
I do too.
I think that you should produce a very small budget documentary on these people. I mean, it was so wonderful to hear these opinions. And then Caitlin, I will shout out to Caitlin. She said a couple of things in her interview that really resonated with me.
That's the thing, like Ola Sonja was one of the ladies that we talked to, and she does makeup for Pose and for Kinky Boots, and she was the first interview that we did, and we didn't really know what we were getting into, like what this was going to be like. So we asked her our very basic, very easy questions, and her answers were so interesting and unexpected. I was like, well, if this is what it's going to be like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And we were kind of using the video, to be honest, as a time filler for me to change outfits in our minds. But then when we did the interviews, we're like, oh my God, this is a whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, we plan to keep going with it. And because, I mean, honestly, even if we don't use the new stuff, I want to hear more. Yeah. So that's what I loved about it. It's like,
I mean, you could do like a whole series of these shows.
Yeah.
You know, American Woman 2, American Woman 3.
Yeah.
You know, Cracker
fun.
does Dallas. I don't, you know what I mean? So it's like
Cracker takes Tokyo.
Yeah, she takes Tokyo. But I was just so pleased with the fact that it had this lovely comedy pace.
Yeah.
It had something to say, which we don't get a lot of anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving this show feeling really great, but in a totally different way.
Yeah.
It also regulated my drinking, I have to say, because I was paying attention. I was like, what's going on? I can't be sauced. What is happening? There are things, real things that are going on.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, it takes off, and even for me too, I'm up there like sort of like riding this current, because you got to let loose and have fun, but you also have to make sure that everything you're saying is like a bullseye.
Yes.
Because you can't be a man in a dress talking about women's issues in the middle of the Me Too movement and fuck it up. You know, you got to be there.
It's interesting
with it.
you say that, because I know you, girl. I mean, I've worked with you, and but there was a moment. It was after you came out in this outfit.
Yeah.
There was a moment where I was like, I like really forgot that you are a man in a dress.
Same, actually.
I was like, she's an American woman, like for realsies.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I mean, it's great. I love women. I've learned how to be myself from women, and this is like everything that I have in drag comes from women. So this is my thank you.
And yes, thank you, because you know what? Actually, like you said, it may not be for everybody, but if anything, it did really open, like especially young gay men's lives, to how much their female counterparts really do take care of us. Like, I mean, I would have had no prom date. Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely.
Hello, thank you, Shannon Stiegel. You looked amazing. And
Rachel,
I know I was out by that time though, so we themed our outfits. We did old Hollywood, so she had like this strapless fur, and I was like, it was really cute.
And did yours have straps?
No, mine actually was spaghetti in the back. I had a little diamond clasp in the back here. But I kept the hair the same. You know,
absolutely.
You know, the little Bob's Big Boy dude.
Natural.
Oh, natural. So, I don't know what else to ask you. I'm actually just still so taken aback by how deeply important I think the show is.
Thank you.
It's really important. And
Thank
you know, one of the things that I love about you, girl, is that you're so pretty, and I'm not just saying that for like, you know, Hong Kong twist, but you're so pretty, and you have such a way with your performance. You are so confident. When I saw you on television, I would never have known that you had any confidence issues, in fact, the first time I met you, I was intimidated. I was like, gosh, she is a fierce queen. She is Miz Cracker. She's so pretty. And I met you during Juicy's show, and I was like, she's like fucking awesome and down to earth. And wow, why haven't I met her earlier? So, I mean, thank you for bringing that energy here to us.
It's like, I thought the same about you. I was like, this woman is gorgeous. And first of all, when I saw you competing in So You Think You Can Drag, I was like, look at this actual woman. Do you know what I mean? And I think I know you as a dude, and you're a crazy person.
I am. I love you for
this. And drag is like this place where everyone sort of like heals and
can reign their crazy
and become like their best, most confident person. And obviously, I think that's why women are drawn to it, because it's a place to come and feel great. So that's what this show is for, and that's what these dresses are for.
It
so
is.
Damn it, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Cheers to the gals. But, all right, so I've now started a new little thing. Tonight, you're the first to get this question. So, you all know that I collect dolls, right? You know, Hey Doll 59 on Instagram. If you were a fashion doll,
yes,
what accessories would you come with?
Oh, absolutely. I already know. A Red Bull, the New York Times, a can of hairspray.
Oh, yes.
And my trinket lipstick from Sugar Pill. Those would be the things that are all around me. And probably a bottle of antibiotics, because honestly, there's some things you can't prep for, my dove.
There are some things you can't prep for. Girls, okay? Syphilis is wild and crazy, and it exists out there, and that blue pill does not take care of it.
But Syphilis is a great performer, though. I love her. You know, people overlook Brooklyn too much.
Oh, God, we are going to get shot. All right, well, thank you so much. Cracker, can you please give us all of your information in the interwebs? I mean, I'm sure people know already, but just for funsies.
Go to MIZ_Cracker on Instagram, MIZ_racial slur, and from there, all things Cracker flow. So, thank you, my love.
Oh, my God, I love you so much. Thank you for this amazing show. Mwah.
Thank you, Dove.
And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell. I know, share. If you hit the little bell, then you'll be notified of all the new interviews with fabulous queens like Miz Cracker. How did we get so lucky? How did you kids get so lucky?
Yes. How did you get so lucky?
How'd you get so lucky? Have a lovely strawberry day. We'll see you later. Bye.